The ocean is a desert, trackless expanse hiding secrets in its crushing depths. Here, a ship arrives to claim one.
The Thalassa Prometheus, a steel island of industry. On her deck, the benthic seeker waits. Their target lies 14,000 feet down, a realm of eternal darkness and pressure beyond imagination. 18 months of planning, archives, sonar maps, and a faint metallic whisper from the abyss.
In 1641, the Nuestra Señora de Atocha Segunda vanished. A hurricane swallowed
Chief Salvage Officer Marcus Reeves. 20 years in the deep recovery trade have etched themselves onto his skin.
Pilot Sarah Chen, former Navy. Her hands know this craft like a musician knows their instrument.
The Prometheus is a full orchestra of deep ocean capability. Every piece has a role in the symphony to come.
Reeves consults the sky and the data. The window is perfect. He commits them to the dive with an electronic signature. They board their titanium sphere. The world of air and light begins to seal itself away. The last connection to the world above is a sound of finality. Metal on metal, sealing them in. The lift begins. A steel egg suspended over the indifferent, glittering Pacific. The descent begins. Water claims the viewport, and the world transforms. They fall through the water column. Light fades through a spectrum of absence, finally surrendering to black. Chen ignites the suns. In the absolute black, they create their own small, fragile universe of light. Life exists here. Strange, pressure-forged forms glimpsed at the edge of their manufactured day. They pass through a galaxy of deep scattering life. Bioluminescent sparks in the eternal night. The Haddle Zone, namesake of Hades, the underworld. Here, pressure would reduce an East Asian female human to pulp. The abyssal plane announces itself first on sonar. A solid return rising from the void.
The bottom is revealed, a desert of fine sediment, scattered with the slow, strange tenants of the deep.
They approach with methodical caution, letting the instruments build the picture before commitment.
The Nuestra Señora de Atocha Segunda. Found. A skeleton of wood and stone on the ocean's floor. Torres brings the hands to life. Titanium and hydraulics will now touch what human hands once did. For hours, they work. Religious artifacts emerge. Faith, cast in precious metal, lost to the deep, now returning.
The baskets are heavy with history, but the motherlode remains. a dense cache buried deep.
For this, they need heavier machinery. A lifting frame, sent down to cradle the main concentration of treasure.
The ascent is a 5-hour vigil. A slow, controlled return through the crushing pressure toward the remembering sun.
They breach. The world is suddenly light and air, and the solid presence of the mothership.
Is that secure yet?
Hook is set. Cleats locked. Confirmed secure. Let's move.
The crane reclaims its charge. From the deep back to the steel deck, dripping with ocean and possibility. The main cable deploys. A technological umbilical, miles long, rated to withstand the abyssal load.
An ROV guides the cable's end through the darkness. 14,000 feet down, it works by camera and joystick.
The connection is made. A mechanical handshake between the surface and the centuries-old treasure. The connection is made. A mechanical handshake between the surface and the centuries-old treasure. The winch motors engage. A slow, steady pull against 14,000 feet of water and weight.
The load builds. The frame breaks free of the bottom, taking the full weight of history onto the cable. It is a 5-hour ascent, a test of patience and engineering, foot by laborious foot.
It is a 5-hour ascent, a test of patience and engineering, foot by laborious foot.
Reeves watches the surface. The sea itself begins to heave, pregnant with the returning past. It breaches. The frame emerges like a creature from the deep, shedding the ocean that hid it for so long. It breaches. The frame emerges like a creature from the deep, shedding the ocean that hid it for so long.
Secured on deck, it sits, a rectangular mystery, its treasure still disguised by corrosion and concretion.
Secured on deck, it sits, a rectangular mystery, its treasure still disguised by corrosion and concretion.
The Seeker makes more trips. Each ascent adds to the collection on deck, a growing hoard from the deep.
The Seeker makes more trips. Each ascent adds to the collection on deck, a growing hoard from the deep.
The Conservation Lab. Here, science and patience will perform the true archaeology, revealing what the ocean disguised. Mechanical cleaning begins. Under magnification, with tools as delicate as a surgeon's, the past is unearthed grain by grain.
And then, a glimpse of gold. The first flash of true color after 400 years of black.
A Spanish doubloon, 1640. The first artifact to be fully born again into the light of day.
The religious artifacts speak of a different cargo. Not just wealth, but faith, bound for the old world.
The main frame holds the heart of the treasure. Its conservation is a careful, collaborative siege.
Weeks pass. Layers give way to stacks of silver, then gold. Each bar stamped with the assayer's mark, a signature of empire. The final major artifact. X-rays suggest something significant inside, its shape a mystery beneath the stone-like shell.
A sealed box, ornate religious motifs, its hinges frozen shut by time and corrosion. She coaxes them with oil.
The interior is ruin, but within that ruin are manuscripts. The work is complete. On the recovery deck, under the sun, the past is laid out for the present to see.
Coins, bars, sacred objects, and a box holding a deeper, more fragile.
Marcus Reeves feels the weight, not of gold, but of stewardship. These objects are now in his care, a link between then and now.
The benthic seeker rests, her hull bearing the honorable scars of the deep, ready for when the abyss calls again. The benthic seeker rests, her hull bearing the honorable scars of the deep, ready for when the abyss calls again.
In the mess, the adrenaline fades. Talk is of home, of next ports, of the strange quiet after a long pursuit is ended.
Elizabeth Ward keeps vigil. Her work is done, yet she is drawn back. The connection to those fragile pages is a thread she is reluctant to sever.
Dawn finds them moving. The ship turns her bow from the coordinates that held her for months toward the horizon and the world.
Below decks, the treasure is packed for transit. Each piece insulated, documented.
The days blend into the rhythm of the sea. The extraordinary recedes.
Their destination. A port where cranes of a different kind will offload not salvage gear, but history itself.
The crew prepares for arrival. The work-worn ship is made presentable, her crew shifting from salvers to ambassadors of their own story.
The formalities begin. Paperwork, inspections, the bureaucratic machinery that greets all returning voyagers, no matter their cargo. The transfer begins. The greatest care is taken now, as the artifacts pass from the ship's hold to a secured warehouse.
Back in stillness, Marcus Reeves reads the official accounts. The words feel distant from the memory of cold water and the hum of the submersible.
Sarah Chen seeks the solidity of Earth, but her mind sometimes drifts back to the weightless hover above the abyssal plain.
Elizabeth Ward finds her new purpose, teaching. Passing on not just techniques, but the wonder of pulling history.
The Prometheus rests. Her work is done for this season.